Hello coders, welcome to Medical Coding School, your guide to mastering home health coding. In the last video we have discussed about what is medical documentation, its components, format, different types of documents like inpatient, outpatient, and also, we have seen one sample chart on total knee replacement. If you still not have watched that video, I will add link in description. Please watch that video first to understand the medical documentation. Today and in upcoming videos we will see few more sample charts on the selected topics which are common in home health coding. On last video, I have received few comments where coders want me to discuss about more sample charts and few of them specifically asking for any trick on how to select the primary diagnosis. First upon thank you for your love and your suggestions. This shows that you are liking the content I am posting on home health coding. I will try to answer these questions in this video. So, let's jump onto the sample chart. Today we will discuss sample chart on pressure ulcer. Pressure ulcers or other wounds like traumatic laceration, venous ulcers are very common in home health coding, hence, we must aware about all the ICD-10-CM guidelines related to the pressure ulcer and wound codes. Now as I told you in last video, while we start to review any chart, we have to check few things before looking for codes. First, check the patient's name and date of birth because we must review the correct patient information. Next, we need to check the date of visit in the signature log which should have acceptable credential like MD, DO or NP. Now let's check all this information on our today's sample chart. Patient name is Mary Johnson and date of birth is August 14, 1945. Date of visit is the 10th of June 2025 and this note is signed by James Anderson, MD. So, we have checked that we are reviewing correct patient information. In real time you need to compare the patient information on the home health agency documents like OASIS. Now before reading the clinical document, we should discuss what is primary diagnosis. Basically, as per definition we must check what is the reason for admission and the final diagnosis. Sometime patient is coming with any symptom, and after all the testings, physician diagnosed with any definitive condition. For example, patient is coming with chest pain and the final diagnosis suggested definitive diagnosis of coronary artery disease. Now all the treatment is going on only for CAD, and patient is referred to home health agency for medication management for CAD. So, in this example the primary diagnosis would be CAD. In another example suppose patient is coming with chest pain and final diagnosis is CAD. However while in the hospital, patient fell down from bed, and X-ray shows that femoral fracture. Now in this scenario there are two diagnoses, one is CAD and the second one is fracture, and both are getting medical attention. While patient is referred to home health, physician will order for CAD and fracture both, but while coding such scenario, home health coder has to understand that we need to append primary diagnosis on which home health agency gives more attention. You need to check RN documents. Also, if physiotherapist is involved for fracture, then check who is having more visits, RN or PT, and based on these details, we need to decide the primary diagnosis. Now get back to our today's sample chart. Here in the sample chart the chief complaint is worsening skin breakdown over sacral region. If you see this format, we have HPI, past medical history, surgical history, medication, ROS, PE, and assessment plan. This sample chart has only 2 to 3 pages note, however in real time you will get more pages document and sometime, if you start reading note from the beginning, then it may happen that you're stuck on early pages and lost more time on unnecessary information. Now here is a trick for coding such format in less time. First, you have to check assessment and plan section. Why I am telling this because we get our final diagnosis or we will get the primary diagnosis in this section. After assessment and plan you have to check chief complaint and HPI. Now chief complaint will provide you the reason for admission, and HPI explains you the detailed background of admission, and which diagnosis or symptom is getting more medical attention. Now why this is important, suppose, you get only single code in assessment then that is only your primary diagnosis, but what, if you have more diagnosis in assessment? In such scenario chief complaint and HPI help you to decide which diagnosis is the reason for admission, and which one is getting more care. After HPI you can review the remaining sections from the chart and finish your coding. Now, if you check the assessment and plan for the sample chart, you will get stage 3 pressure ulcer of the sacral region with infection, diabetes, HTN, stage 3 CKD and history of stroke with residual weakness on right side. You have to find out the code by checking index of ICD-10-CM book. If you have any code provided in clinical chart, then do not blindly assume that it is correct, you have to cross-check in ICD-10-CM book and then only append code for any diagnosis. If you check plan section, then they are talking about wound, infection, diabetes, HTN and CKD. If you remember, the chief complaint was worsening skin breakdown over sacral region, and in assessment we have seen patient has stage 3 pressure ulcer of the sacral region with infection. So undoubtedly this is the primary diagnosis, because it is the reason for admission and more attention will be given to wound and infection. Plan section is also suggesting the same. Now it's time to review HPI. Mary Johnson, a 79-year-old female, with a history of limited mobility due to advanced osteoarthritis and previous stroke, presents with worsening skin breakdown over her sacral region for the past 2 weeks. The family reports increased redness, foul-smelling drainage, and occasional bleeding. The patient is mostly bedridden and has difficulty repositioning herself. No recent hospitalizations or infections. HPI also discussing about sacral wounds, so it is confirmed that pressure ulcer is the primary diagnosis. Now we get stage 3 pressure ulcer of the sacral region with infection, diabetes, HTN, stage 3 CKD, and history of stroke with residual weakness on right side from assessment, and HPI has provided osteoarthritis. If you check past medical history, all the diagnoses we already have coded, and no any extra code we get from PMH. However, if you get any other diagnosis from PMH, you can code the chronic conditions from this section. Next section is surgical history. Remember, we can code personal history codes from this section, like here left total knee replacement and right hip replacement happened in history, so we can consider status codes for these surgeries. Another important section is medication, and we can consider the long-term medication code for coding, like here we can append code for metformin and aspirin. Review of system shows patient is fatigue and no weight loss under general section. Ulceration in sacral region with purulent drainage under integumentary. Musculoskeletal section has limited mobility due to arthritis and stroke, and other sections has no changes. Vital section provide reading for vital signs. And lastly, physical examination section provides more information about sacral wound and stroke. Now we have get the complete picture about this patient, and we got all the diagnosis. Let's go to the ICD-10-CM book to find out exact codes for the description we get in the sample chart. First code is stage 3 pressure ulcer of the sacral region with infection. To find out code, we need to search for ulcer in index, then under that check pressure and sacral region. Now index has provided code series L89.15. After this we have go to the tabular section of ICD-10-CM and find out L89.15 series. Here we will get the specific code for stage 3, and the appropriate code for stage 3 pressure ulcer of the sacral region is L89.153. Now the pressure ulcer site also has infection, and we did not get specific code for infection under pressure ulcer series. Hence, we need to add one more code to show the infection. If you notice, there is no any type of infection, like cellulitis or sepsis mentioned in chart. Hence in this scenario, we have to add code for local infection of the skin and subcutaneous tissue. To find out appropriate code, search for infection in index, and check for skin or subcutaneous. You will get L08.9 for local infection of the skin and subcutaneous tissue. Next, find out combination codes for HTN, CKD and diabetes. ICD-10-CM has combination code for CKD with HTN and diabetes. I12.9 for hypertensive chronic kidney disease with stage 1 through stage 4 chronic kidney disease, or unspecified chronic kidney disease. And E11.22 for type 2 diabetes mellitus with diabetic chronic kidney disease. Now with I12.9 and E11.22, we need to add an 18.30, chronic kidney disease, stage 3 unspecified, to explain stage of CKD. For history of stroke with residual weakness on right side, we have to give hemiplegia due to stroke, and the default right side dominant code for it is I69.351. Other codes like for osteoarthritis is M19.90. For metformin is Z79.84. For aspirin is Z79.82. For left total knee replacement is Z96.652, and for right hip replacement is Z96.641. So, this is our complete coding profile for the sample chart. If you have any question, please add in comment box, and please do like and share this video with coders who love to watch such important topics. We will see more sample charts in next videos. Till then, thank you and happy coding.